What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jass.TheDon on the motherfucking beat, baby. And today I'm gonna bring you guys into my world. I really love to do hair, so I'm just gonna show y'all a little 1, 2, 1, 2 and how to get this look. So today we're gonna be learning how to bleach the knots. Yep, I'm gonna show y'all all that natural hairline, creating it. Also, I'm gonna teach you guys how to use a hot comb the proper way so you don't burn yourself. And last but not least, how to style the hair. Let's get into it.
Here we go. 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 Cute face.
Okay, so step 1, bleaching the knots. What you want to go ahead and do is get you a mixing bowl, a whisk, and a spatula to apply it. I like to use BW2. To me, it gives me the best bleaching knots into each zone. But I use 1 powder to 2 liquid, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go pour or scoop out 1 powder out of the B2W, and then my 30 volume developer. I'm going to pour 2 of those blue cups. Hi. I'm going to pour 2 of those blue cups and put them in my mixing bowl and just mix them together. As you begin to mix them together, you want to kind of bring your whisk in and out the bowl just to check the consistency of it. You don't want a runny consistency. See how it's kind of like sticking a little bit, but it's still a little liquidy? That's exactly how you want it, because you want it to be able to expand on the lace, but also, do its job. So this is the wig here. It's a chocolate wig. It has a comb in the back as well as the sides. It also has these little elastic bands, and I think this is a 13 by 4, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like a really dark brown chocolate wig. Yes, a 13 by 4. Like I mentioned, the elastics on the side. So what I like to do is spray the Got2b on my lace before I apply the bleach. So I spray it on there, let it dry. Then I apply my bleach to the lace. So with applying the bleach, you just want to do a tapping kind of spread motion.
What a lot of miles to find your low while you're running from me. Came in the game, ain't show no love. Why they hate it youngin', even though I'm labeled as a thug. No, it's made for something. Right now my body full of drugs, while overcoming. I need your sunshine, cause I've been walking in the rain. Won't say I'm fine, my granny running through my brain. Don't read my mind, cause you don't wanna go insane. Been feeding for bodies, money and diamonds. Loving you is a sin, I'll probably love again. Make most of my money outdoors, still pray to God I make it in. Man, my mama told me about my friends, still let them in. On trials, they try to give me 10, this ain't no pretend. What you saying? Thugging in these streets, it's trials and tribulations. Was running up the money, and I got tired of seeing mama cry. Moving too fast, knew all I needed was some patience. Yeah, you like my music, but if you play me, it's gonna be a homicide. Bitch, on my line by the baby, on this mission I might abort. No basketball, but I'm ballin', still tired of going to court. Got my foot in the game, and I'm starting to feel like an athlete. If so, I'm in college, wonder will they draft me?
Now you want to make sure the bleach is all over the lace. If you have any spots that the bleach didn't get on, just go back in and add it on. It's no big deal. Just add the bleach. You do want to let this sit for about 30 minutes. That's how long I usually let it sit. If it didn't bleach the knots, or if the knots are a little too thick, just do this whole step over again. Let it sit for 20 minutes this time. Also, I didn't show me washing out the bleach, but you just want to use any kind of purple shampoo to wash it, and it'll just tone the hair. So now step 2, plucking. So with plucking the knots, you will need a comb with this little T thing at the top. They're like used for braiding, some tweezers, and your wig. I like to put a white either towel, rag, whatever the case may be, under it, just so I can see the lace a lot better. First, you want to go in and part an extremely thin piece of hair out. This will allow you to create a natural hairline. Your hairline is not that thick, you know what I mean? So you want to start baby steps. So part out a really thin section. I like to start one side at a time. So you want to start plucking immediately behind the hairline backwards. Yeah, I kept dropping the tweezers. I was getting so aggravated. But you want to start plucking immediately behind the hairline. This is kind of a sped up version. I'm going to slow it down for you guys. Just pluck it immediately behind the hairline. And you want to kind of get it bald. I guess I don't know how you would really put it. This is how the best way I explain it. So you want to part a thin section, bald the hair immediately behind it, part another thin section, bald it, and then part another thin section and then bald it. So you're balding the hair immediately behind the part you just separated from the hairline. So you see how it's kind of like balding a little bit right there? That's good because you want it to thin out. You don't want to have a thick hairline. So that's the best way I've learned how to do it. As you see, I'll just go back in after that section is bald and part another section, another really thin section. And then behind this section, I'm going to do the same thing I just did. So I'm going to bald the hairline behind this thin section. And once you push it all back, I promise you're going to get that gradient, like, hairline effect. And I promise you, it has worked for almost all of my wigs. So that's the best way I've learned how to do it. I do have another technique that I'm going to show you guys, which is kind of like going in between the hair or going behind the hair and plucking that way. But that is it kind of gives you bald spots, period. So I don't really like that method. But this is a method that I have done and it has worked for me. So this is how the hair will look following the method I just showed you. You do have that gradient effect without even pulling back that first section you parted off. Beautiful. So now pull everything back and get your tweezers because you're going to do a little more plucking. You want to pluck a little bit at the hairline just so it's not as hairline-ish, so it's not as boxy. It kind of looks like, gradient. So you just want to do a little bit of plucking. I recommend going extremely slow, and just looking like, go slow pretty much. Just go slow because you don't want to over pluck it and then now you have bald in the front. But as you guys see, I went slow, took my time, and this is how it looks. So make sure you comb everything back. Always comb the hair after you pluck because you don't want it to knot up. So just comb it all back, and then there you go. You got that gradient effect, girl. I'm telling you, just follow the steps, and you gonna get there. So this is how the hair first looked on this side. Y'all, this thing here, I don't know what's wrong with my mannequin head, but she does not like to stay still. Like, I fight with this thing all the time. But this is how it first looked, and then this is how it looks now. And so now we're gonna work on this top, and now we'll be right back. Okay, once my whole side is done, I like to just go ahead and create my part. For this particular wig, I was doing the middle part. So I parted down the middle. Just to see if I need to do some more plucking or really to just get a visual of how the hair will look in the middle part. The hair is still a little damp, so that's why it looks like all shaggy and whatnot. But I just section off that side and I begin to just work on one side at a time. So this is how it looks completely plucked. The top I like to leave a little thick because I like the little widow's peak with my middle parts. So yeah. Oh, Jazz, not talking your S word, girl. Pop it, okay? But yes, that looks amazing, y'all. And you can get the same effect. Just follow the steps. If you need help, I can help you. So step 3 is gonna be hot combing. This is my favorite part, y'all. So you will need a hot comb, some heat protecting, and I have a hot plate because I like the hot comb on the go, y'all. I do not play by my hot comb. I be telling my clients, sit still, okay? But you just want to spray it with that heat protectant. That heat protectant is the best one. It smells so good and it gets the job done. So I just spray my hot comb with the heat protectant. I hot comb everything back. I mean everything. I don't care if I had a middle part, it's going back. Just because I want to make sure that I have the gradient effect all over. If I need to go back and do some plucking, I'll go back and do it. But yeah. So with hot combing, it is a little tedious because you want to get the hair extremely flat. So what I like to do is separate the hair from the wet, or the lace from the wet part, the lace from the tracks. That's a simpler way to put it. I separate everything because I like to part off my lace to cover my tracks and then go in and get it flat. So I will show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I know that probably was like, girl, what? But yeah, I'm about to show you. So okay, so now what you want to do is comb all of this completely back. You want everything to be flat. I go in with my wax stick. I like to use She Is Bum. I've been using this for years, y'all. I really love it. I put a little bit at the base or the top by the wet part. I just put a little bit there, and I'm gonna hot comb this completely flat because I want this to be flat. So the hair that's going above it is gonna lay flat. Everything's gonna lay flat based off of the previous section. So you want to go in with your hot comb, get it completely flat. You see when you put it on there how flat it gets? That's exactly what you want to do. So following behind that, I do my ear tabs next, because the ear tabs, 9 times out of 10 you're going to use 50% of the ear tab. You're not even going to use the whole thing. So just get this as flat as you can, just so that when you do put it on, it's easier to cut. So yeah, you just want to put your wax on the actual beginning of the lace where the ear tab starts, and just hot comb completely back. You want to hot comb completely back and then down. I'm going to show you an up close version what I'm talking about, but you want to hot comb completely back so it can get flat, and then down so it can lay flat. And as you see on the side, that's my ear tab I'm talking about. So when you hot comb it back, you can see the gradient effect. And when you hot comb it down, it lays flat, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I just did. And now we're going to go to covering up that track. So covering up that track, you want to just part a section. Now, this is how you can tell if the section is too thick or too thin. You put your comb through. If you don't see your comb, it's perfect. If you see your comb, you need some more hair. Now you're going to follow the same exact steps you've been doing these last 2 sections. Put a little bit of wax at the top and then hot comb it completely back. What I like to do is comb the wax in just so it's not all bulky up there. Just comb the wax in at the top just so it can lay flat before you hot comb it back. And you're just gonna come completely back to get it as flat as possible. You may have to go over it a few times because this hair I think is air dried. I didn't blow dry it, so you may have to just go over it a few times, and that's okay. And look at it. So now what we're gonna do is work on this top section right here, which is your main section. For this section, we're just gonna hot comb it completely back, just so we can get another visual of how the hair is going to lay. So before I put any product on, I'm just going to completely hot comb it back and down, just so I can see how flat it is without any product. And if I need to go in and add product, I will. Your wax can get kind of waxy if you continually add it. Sometimes you don't even need it, but sometimes you do. It just all depends on how the style is. See, I told y'all she does not work. Like, my mannequin head be tired, y'all. But as y'all see, it isn't as flat as I would like it. So I am gonna go in with some wax. I do a little bit at the roots, and then a little bit towards the root at the lace. And if you're going to use your wax, make sure you use your hot comb. You know, some people just use the wax because it lays down flatter, but you need to melt the wax as well. So make sure your hot comb is really, really hot. It's not on nobody's head. It's on the mannequin, so it's good. Hot comb completely back. Make sure you're getting it extremely, extremely, extremely flat. Okay? Unless your client asks for otherwise, you're doing it flat. So you guys see I'm holding the top right here where my curve is going to happen. I'm going to show you guys a simpler way. Oh, here it goes. With my comb. You put the comb right at the root and you hot comb it back, just so that the hair could chill and keep that little 1-2 in the front. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I like to do. I just continuously hot comb it down until I get it flat as I want. I may go over this 10 times. I don't know. Just make sure you get it flat. That's the whole goal, is to get it really, really flat. So that's how it looked before. That's how it looks after with the wax and the hot comb. Look at the size. Very, very cute. So we're going to do the same thing to the other side, and we should be back with step 4. And also, if you wanted to do baby hairs, you know, you can just go ahead and part them off. Boom. Easily done. So now on to step number 4, which is what I like to call pre-styling. We are doing crimps today, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is spray my heat protector on. You always want to use heat protectant when you're using any type of hot tool, just to protect the hair. I like to use Got2b spray when doing my crimps. I feel like they last longer. And 2, this is the key. You always, 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 I don't know how to stress this anymore, always want to comb in your Got2b spray, because if you don't, it's gonna turn white and flaky, and that's just not what we're going for. So yeah, you always want to comb in your Got2b spray no matter what. I don't care if it's on loose hair, a bun, ponytail, whatever. Always, always, always comb it in, or you're gonna have like flaky white stuff on your hair. So with the crimps, you just follow the crimp above it. So you see I just crimped it. The last crimp, I'm gonna put my crimper where the last crimp ends. Let me show you. So right under, like, I don't know how to explain it. So you just gotta basically watch. But that's how you get the wave pattern consistent all the way down. You put it directly where the last crimp ends. All the way down, all over the head. I will come back to show you guys how I finish it off at the top. So at the bottom, I like to do a little technique, which is, you see these little pieces right here at the bottom, and it's like they always just there. So right here, this little crimper has a feature where you can kind of move the middle section. So I move it out so that it can crimp the bottom. And as you guys can see, I have a whole crimp. So last but not least, my client did want black roots. So I'm just going to get my black spray and my rat tail comb and just spray it along the part. I did do it close because she only wanted like the root. She didn't really want the whole little gradient effect with the black. So I just sprayed it directly on the roots and gave her what she asked for. And it came out so clean and pretty. Like, I just love what I do. I'm not going to lie. So what I do is after that is go along the edge and just comb it out with my comb just so it's not as harsh of a line. And yeah, it looks so gorgeous, y'all. And she really did love it. Spray it off with some Got to Be spray. And we're done. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Eat it up, go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest, you ain't never gotta heat me up. I'm present when I'm absent, speaking when I'm not there. All them bitches scary cats, I call them Carol Bastion.